and I was walking around the street finding some food, and suddenly 2 policemen come running to me, and I'm like, oh God, what did I do? You know, what kind of, did I cross the road or whatever? And then they're like really running towards me, stop, and they come up and they're like, welcome to Kaohsiung.
Today's guest might be the foreigner who has taken most photos of Taiwan. Henrik from Denmark. Who are you, and how did your relationship with Taiwan start?
It started back in year 2000 because I work in the IT industry. I started to have connections with Taiwan, buying products, containers of IT products from Taiwan. And I still have contact with some of those business friends I made back then. 2005, inviting us for the Computex computer show, the world's largest IT show in
Was
in
that
Asia.
already like 2005?
Oh,
like,
yeah, I mean, Computex is very old.
Okay.
Way before. It's a really old show. We decided to go to Computex, and that was my first step into Taiwan. Everything was totally new to me, and I couldn't eat the food. I couldn't enjoy much of those local things, but the feeling was intact. There was something dragging me to Taiwan from that first moment, and that made me come back again for Computex. But I extended the trip, so I stayed like 3 weeks.
Okay.
So 1 week for the show and 2 weeks to stay. And then I took a holiday as well, same year, and came back to explore a bit more. And then it kind of like the ball started rolling.
So yeah, snowballing from there.
Yeah.
How many times or how long time have you been in Taiwan from 2005?
Roughly 19, 20 years I've been going back and forth, between 2 to 6 months per year.
Oh, that much?
Yeah.
Like we're talking like months
Yes.
per year for
Yeah.
like 20 years.
Yeah.
You're also a time-lapser.
Yeah.
That's a thing. You can be a time-lapser.
You can be a time-lapse photographer. Very few people are that, but yes, you can be that.
You have made time-lapse of Taiwan.
Yes.
That was used by like the Taiwan Tourism Bureau.
Yes.
Like the official advertisement for Taiwan.
Correct, and Eva Air as well.
That's so cool. But but you're not even a full-time time-lapser then. You have a real job.
I mean, I split my work. Both are my passion, basically. I love IT. I also love photography. I mean, my work was also in Taipei 101 for quite many years. So A Taste of Taiwan was actually displayed they have a huge curved screen, like really, really giant screen. So all the tourists would come and see A Taste of Taiwan there.
Oh, in 101?
Yeah. I worked with 101 as well. So we were there and meeting the president of 101 and all that stuff as well. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that must be super cool though.
It was. Yeah, they contacted me because they want to see if we can do some collaboration. So we were invited like super VVIPs and went up, and our video is now not anymore, but was running for many years.
Do you have any estimate on how many photos have you taken in Taiwan? Is that something like we can even put in numbers?
Yeah, I never checked, but it must be like 500,000 or something or more. I mean, because it's time lapse, and every time I shoot one sunset, I maybe take 1,000 or 2,000 photos of one sunset, and I did so many sunsets and sunrises. So yeah.
Traveling around arguably more than I have ever done, like living here like full time for like almost 14 years now. Have you noticed any like bigger changes of Taiwan? Like the first Taiwan that you came to 2005, how is that different compared to today's Taiwan in 2024?
It was way more local at that time. We were coming with our fancy Nokia phones with the color display and
color display on a Nokia.
Yeah, you know, like not like a smartphone, but you know, it had like some color on the front, and it had those more fancy ringtones.
Like the Nokia 3310 and like the...
This was the 3510, I think, or something.
Okay.
It had some colors on the display, and then it had this better ringtone. And everybody here was like having the Nokia 5110 or 3110, or those very popular ones.
Yeah.
So
like
we felt like...
two Scandinavians talking about like the good old days. We're comparing like Nokia phones.
Exactly.
That's how you know how old you are. You know?
Yeah, that's right. And I felt at that time everybody was extremely polite, very smiling. MRT-wise, everything was very, very organized. People would wait for you to get out of the train. They would, you know, politely stand back, and you know, everything was in order. That has changed a lot today. Now everybody has a more cold face, especially in Taipei.
As a Swede, I feel like Taiwan is still like very friendly compared to like Sweden.
Oh yeah, it's still friendly in comparison, but Taipei has changed a lot. So I see the difference. If I go further south, Taichung, Kaohsiung, Tainan, people are more friendly. Maybe they are not, but I think maybe here it's a different life. So Taipei is just a busy life, and now there's so many foreigners here. It's not like back then where people wanted pictures of us because we were white.
Yeah.
So,
people will come up and like shake my hands, saying like, welcome to Taiwan. Like, thank you for coming here.
Exactly.
Yeah, it hasn't happened for 13 years.
No, first time I went to Kaohsiung, I don't know when it was. It was maybe 2010 maybe or something. I went there first time, and I was walking around the street finding some food, and suddenly 2 policemen come running to me, and I'm like, oh God, what did I do? What kind of, did I cross the road or whatever? And then they're like really running towards me, stop. And they come up and they're like, welcome to Kaohsiung.
Terrified.
Yeah, terrified. Oh God, I didn't do anything bad. Nice.
The same thing happened to one of my friends actually. Like the first year I was living in Taiwan, he got a scooter license. He was riding a scooter and he got like chased by the cops. I put on like the siren to like make him stop.
Oh my God.
And he was like surpassing him, and he was like freaking out. Didn't speak Chinese or anything, and he was like, photo. And he was like stopped in the middle of traffic to take a photo with like a selfie with a cop.
Yeah.
And just like a day spent with taking selfies here in Taiwan is a fun day, so is also the sponsor of today's video. Learning English with FUNDAY is not only fun, it is also super flexible, since FUNDAY is offering real online classes every single hour between 6 a.m. and 2 a.m. Taiwan time. And in addition to this, if you do become a FUNDAY member, which is 100% free, the only thing you have to do is to click the link down in the description. Not only will you get a free consultation call with FUNDAY to confirm your current English level, you also get 2 free FUNDAY classes. You get to try out their classes all for yourself. And when you do, you will quickly realize that you are expected to be very active during the entire class, since every FUNDAY class has a maximum of 4 to 5 students, and you will also be graded by the teacher after the class, so you will see all your opportunities for improvements right away. And please don't worry, because just like FUNDAY has classes pretty much every single hour of the entire day, they also offer tons of different classes, topics, and at different difficulty levels, so you can find the class or classes that are right for you.
WI 的部分，那个 with 的音都不见了，所以只剩 o，只剩 ll 的音被加在 that 的最后面，就是变成 that'll.
So please do yourself a favor and click the link down in the description to receive 2 free FUNDAY classes to kickstart or maybe renew your English learning journey. And while you do that, we're gonna return to Henrik and continue with the rest of this video. How did it start? Like, I can understand that, like people have like they want to become like photographers.
Yep.
But how do we like actually get into like time-lapse specifically?
I think it kind of started when I was a kid. My dad, he liked to do photographs, and my mom and I, we played around doing stop motion pictures, like with Playmobil or Lego bricks or something, and we were like doing very simple
You have to say Lego,
stuff.
you're Danish. You have to say Lego.
Yeah, but I preferred Playmobil.
Okay. To me, without really thinking about like all the effort, I feel like it's the laziest way to shoot something. You put a camera there, and then you press
button, and it just rolls.
You press start. 3 hours later, you come back and pick it up.
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
No.
Okay.
I stand by the camera all the time, basically, because I need to adjust it. Everything is run on manual mode, not automatic. It's not like setting up a GoPro or a phone and recording it, because that basically runs automatic, and you could just leave it if you want. At least in a safe place like Taiwan, you could leave it. Not in Denmark, probably. There's a lot of planning going into it, basically. I mean, of course, the weather needs to be on your side. And also, if I want the sun to set in a specific way or this moon rise or something, I need to plan to check where will the moon be on that specific date and time. And then I can just pray and hope the weather will be good enough to see it in the way I expect. Very often, I have been reshooting scenes many times to get exactly the result I want. Usually, I carry 2 DSLR cameras.
I know this struggle very well, yes.
Yeah, I guess you do. Yeah. And it can be kind of heavy to carry all this with tripods, and we use some kind of motorized sliders to move the camera slowly and stuff like this. It all has some kind of weight, so it's like 34 kilo I drag around with me. So that is, better than going to the gym for me.
So what's the reward? Like, I know that about this video that was like the tourism bureau, but did you know that when you started to shoot, or like did they just like see it online and like, we want to use this?
Actually, the story behind it is that I did a video. The first one was called A Taste of Taiwan, and that was released in 2018, and it went viral in Taiwan. That was like a free video I did out of my own pocket. I had been spending more than a year shooting it with a lot of good stuff. All kind of websites just like went crazy, and I think it has like, I don't know, 1 million views on Facebook. That's where we released it at first. But we don't get revenue from streams or anything, you know. It was simply like just going viral, a lot of people contacting me, and people wanted one more. And I was like, okay, this took me a long time, and you know,
see you in a year.
yeah, exactly, you know, and I was like, this is really burning me out, but okay, I will do one more. I'm thinking, how can I get sponsors to get this video done, collaborations or whatever. So I ended up walking into the tourism bureau, and they already knew me because they saw the video basically. So a lot of people knew me at that time. When I walked around the streets around in Taiwan, no matter where, people would recognize me back in 2018 and 2019 and would ask for selfies and stuff.
But you're not in the time-lapse video. How do they know that?
Because I went viral. That was articles.
So they like articles and like interviews
TV
and
news,
stuff.
Radio, newspapers. I was everywhere with my face. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would sometimes get sneaky pictures of me taking photos. I saw you.
Oh wow! Yeah, that's how you know that you made it in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Like you get photos of someone else taking a photo of you, saying that I just saw you like 2 minutes ago on the HSR or something.
Exactly. And I was in a hotel, and that was in Tainan, and that was one of the staff. He was helping me with my luggage to get out to the taxi. 5 minutes later, he's like, "It was me helping you with the luggage." So it was like crazy at that time, and it was like a little bit weird, you know, because I could feel in MRT or on the street people were watching me sometimes, and I was like, oh my god, this is strange. Yeah, and that way I also connected with EVA. I talked also with the Taiwan embassy in Denmark and all these kind of things, and everything kind of like started to connect. And then all my old IT company friends from the past, they pop out, you know, MSI, Synology, A-Data, and so on, and they all want to go in and help because they love what I do. And of course they want to support it.
I have to ask then, will there be a third Taste of Taiwan?
Many people ask, but I'm not. I mean, I keep shooting here because some of the content is also being sold for like what do you call it, stock video. So some of our stuff are being sold like that, but we don't always know where it ends up.
Right.
But we do know that some of our stuff has ended up in some Netflix movies.
Where in Taiwan can you get the most amazing time lapses? So you must have like one favorite spot where you're just like, I will never make such a beautiful time lapse ever again.
I have many favorite spots, to be honest, but one of them was from Joe Fen, where I did a day to night sitting in a coffee shop, and I bought a lot of coffee and food and had 2 cameras, and one was pointing out and doing the actual sunset where you see Joe Fen and you see all the ships coming in at night, and when it turns dark they look like little UFOs, small lights out there. That one is one of my favorites. There was suddenly a lady texting me, inviting me to the tallest building in Taichung, like the super top floor. You can see entire Taichung, the highway and so on, and I did a sunset lapse from there as well. So that is a very special one because I was basically biking around Taichung shooting something, and suddenly she's texting me asking me if I want to come up.
Random woman on the street, like, hey, come into my apartment, bring your camera.
She saw me post on Instagram a story or something, and then she texted me, and she's like, this is my view. How about that? And I was like, oh yes.
Okay, that's how to win you over. Just like text you an amazing view of Taiwan.
Yeah,
then
exactly. Then I'm all in. Yeah.
There you go. And of course, you have his Instagram down in the description if you want to spam him with your most beautiful view of Taiwan, which may end up in a Netflix
who knows,
documentary or something
somewhere.
In the future.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
You have again the Instagram links down in the description, as well as the YouTube links to Taste of Taiwan, both 1 and 2, and then when the third one comes out as well, that we will make sure to happen. You will also have a link down in the description as well. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Lukas. It starts with L as in like, ends with S, and subscribe. Please do both, and see you all in the next one.